Welcome to the Western Association for College Admissions Counseling College Fair. We're so excited to have you join us today. We have a great list of institutions for you to listen to. But before we get to that, I do want to introduce myself. My name is Jasmine. I'm going to serve as a facilitator for our session today. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. Your camera and microphone are off, so we cannot see or hear you. Second announcement, you can use the Q&A feature to type your questions to our presenters at any point throughout our session today. Third, this is just one of many different sessions that we're offering, so feel free to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, you will have access to this recording by visiting the registration site to review the recording. With all of that said, I want to go ahead and turn it to our first presenter, the University of Alabama.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Hello, everyone. My name is Kevin Payton. I am the regional recruiter for the University of Alabama. I am based out of Moore Park, California, and I've been working within this role for the university for coming up on 4 years now. Some things to know about UA. We're a large public research university with lots of school spirit. We're located in a smaller college town called Tuscaloosa, Alabama, which is about 1 hour southwest of Birmingham, also about 3 hours away from Atlanta and about 3.5 hours away from Nashville, Tennessee. A lot of people know us because of our football team. We're pretty good. We just won our 18th national championship. We're ranked #1 again this year. But outside of athletics, we do have a lot of really high achieving academic students on campus. We are one of the leaders in terms of National Merit Scholar enrollment. So athletes and mathletes at the University of Alabama. We have been ranked among the top 60 public universities in the country, according to U.S. News and World Report, for more than the last decade as well. So strong academic programs to choose from. Ways to get involved. Greek life is a big thing at the university. About 34% of our students, or around 11,000 students total, are involved in either fraternities or sororities at the University of Alabama, so tons of opportunities for that. We also do offer some pretty generous out-of-state scholarship opportunities. Over 200 different programs to choose from, 70 different majors. We also have a program called New College, where students can create their own major as well. So really the options are endless at UA. Our most popular colleges on campus are the College of Arts and Sciences, also the College of Business, but strong communication and information sciences. We have a top 5 public relations program. Our nursing program is very strong. We had 100% pass rate on the NCLEX exam for this past graduating cycle, so we're proud of the work that they've done. But in addition, we also do have an honors college, and we are a Tier 1, as I mentioned, a Tier 1 research university. So there's tons of opportunities to partner with faculty and staff at the university. As far as ways to get involved, as I mentioned earlier, Greek life is a big thing. Fun fact about students involved in Greek life at UA, they actually have a higher GPA than students that are not involved. So they do a really good job of holding each other academically accountable and maintaining a high level of academic success. Outside of that, other ways to get involved, I always encourage students to look for on-campus jobs or intramural sports. That's kind of what I did to get involved, and that was really helpful for me. But other options include clubs and organizations. We have over 600 at the University of Alabama. As you can see, pretty broad variety of different clubs and organizations on campus, and we always do encourage students to create new ones if something they're looking for doesn't already exist. Tons of places to eat on campus as well. As you can see, 3 dining halls, 3 food courts, 12 restaurants, and we have one of the largest Starbucks in the country located on campus. Ways to apply, new to us this year, there are a couple different ways students can apply, either through our own admissions application or through the common application. We really have no preference. I encourage you to fill out whichever one is more convenient for you. There is a $40 application fee, and we are test optional for fall of 2022 admissions. No essay or letter of recommendation, but we will ask some short answer questions, things like tell us about your leadership, work experience, volunteerism, tell us about any hardships you may have had to overcome, things like that. And our admissions application now doubles as our scholarship application. So we do offer competitive scholarships that are awarded based off of, again, your admissions application, some of the criteria that you share with us there. But in addition to that, we also do offer automatic merit awards, which are based solely off of your GPA and test score. So you can see what you qualify for there based, again, off of strictly your GPA and test score. And we will award you the higher amount, whether it's through this scale, the GPA and test score, or through your admission/scholarship application. So We're going to try to award you as much as we can. Key date to keep in mind is January 15th for competitive scholarship consideration. That's my time. That's me. There's my contact information. I'll also put my contact information down in the chat as well, but I appreciate you for listening. Thank you so much, and roll tide.
All right, thank you so much, University of Alabama. Up next, we have the University of Tampa. And I'm sorry, Stacy, we are not able to hear you. Maybe we can come back to you, and we'll go ahead and move on to Mississippi State University.
Hi, everybody. My name is Emily Pyron, and I'm the regional recruiter for Mississippi State University. So I went to Mississippi State for undergrad and graduate school, and I just started in this regional recruiting position actually a few weeks ago. So I'm fairly new to the recruiting world. So a little bit about Mississippi State University. We're located in Starkville, Mississippi. We are part of the SEC, the Southeastern Conference, and we like to say that we have a small town charm also in that big SEC conference. So we have 4,200 acres of campus, 22,000 students enrolled, and that's actually the most acreage by SEC school, but the second least amount of students, which is interesting. So again, we like to say we have that small town community feel. We were founded in 1878 as a land grant institution. Originally as Mississippi A&M, and in 1958, we moved to Mississippi State University, which is what we are now. We have 8 different academic colleges and 180 majors and concentrations. So we like to say there's unlimited possibilities for any student that comes in. We can align your interest with a certain major and a certain concentration. And Mississippi State really prides itself in research, and we are named one of the top 100 research institutions in the nation. So we're really big on research. We're really well known for our engineering school and our
All right, it seems that Emily has run into some tech issues. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the University of Missouri.
Hey, how's it going? Hopefully, no issues.
Tackles Honors College.
Oh, on my end. Cool, awesome. Sorry for the disruption, but hey, how's it going? My name's Tommy Rogers. I am the admissions representative for the University of Missouri. I am a Mizzou alum. I grew up in Santa Monica, California. I'm actually based out here in Orange County. And I just want to talk to you a little bit today about the University of Missouri, some new updates that we have on statistics, applying to the university, all that great stuff. Mizzou's a large school, 30,000 students. That's our total population. Undergraduate right now sits at about 19,000, but we do have an 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio, average class size just under 30 students. So even though we're a large school, we have a ton of resources to make sure students get individualized attention. We are the land grant for the state of Missouri, and we're also the flagship as well, Tier 1 research institution. Just like University of Alabama, we are in the best sports division, the SEC East. Tigers coming from all over the place, more than 110 countries worldwide. California, top 4 state for us. We have a lot of Tigers coming from all around the United States, but West Coast, we see a lot of students coming from there. Located in beautiful Columbia, Missouri. We are a college city, got about 120,000 people that reside there. We are a destination for a lot of guest performers, speakers, musicians, comedians, etc. We're not a commuter campus either. Monday through Sunday, there's always something going on either downtown or on our campus. So we are a very lively area. We are a top 25 place to live in multiple different magazines. Sports Illustrated actually did a publication on us a couple of years ago. So a lot of great things to do down in Columbia. A couple of ways for students to be admitted to the University of Missouri. Regardless of your pathway, we will take a look at your high school classes that you're taking currently in high school. You can see on the screen here a list of those. If you're missing a credit, don't stress out. If you meet our other requirements, you should be just fine. AP, IB, dual credit, that's great. We'll take all of those. Send us in your transcripts or test scores. You'll be good to go. We also don't limit the amount of credit that you're coming in with to the University of Missouri. Option one, you can apply traditionally with a test score. We take either ACT or SAT, whichever one that you prefer to take. Mizzou will always take your highest composite score. We also super score as well. 24 ACT, it's the magic number, or 1160 on the SAT. That'll get you directly admitted into your major. If you're lower than that, not a problem. We'll take a look at your GPA with your test scores. And again, you can submit those test scores as many times as you'd like. For my fall 2020 students, you can also apply without a test score. What you do is you'll submit your information to us. We'll take a look at your GPA, a couple of supplemental questions that you will answer, and then you'll be evaluated holistically, with the biggest weight being on your GPA. So we do evaluate holistically. You can still get scholarships. You can still be admitted directly into your major. You can even still be an honor student as well. So application for my seniors is open right now. We do operate on rolling admissions, but we do have a tentative deadline of December 1st. That is our scholarship deadline to receive major-based funding in our other competitive scholarships. So that is a priority deadline. Make sure you have your application in by December 1st. You can apply online on our application or common application as well, whichever one you prefer to take. Mizzou's got a lot of majors on our campus. We have over 300. Most popular majors though, number one's going to be our School of Journalism. That's one of our most popular degree programs for students out here on the West Coast. Number one program in the nation. It's also the longest running too. A lot of great resources for our journalism students. Again, it's also direct admit. Business is a number two, comes with a guaranteed internship. We have a lot of students that come back out here to the West Coast to do that. Number three is a toss-up. Typically engineering's popular, but we also see a lot of students come for pre-med, pre-law, and pre-vet. We do have a vet program on our campus. So a lot of students coming for those pre-professional tracks, but you'll be doing a lot more outside of the classroom because we're a tier one research institution, a lot of different hands-on experiences for our students. Journalism students have access to our NBC station. We're the only school in the nation that has that. Freshman year, they want to be in that station. They want to report, be behind the scenes, et cetera. We'll let them do that. Education students, we'll put you in the classroom as early as your sophomore year. Any of our pre-med students or nursing students, hospitals on our campus, research facilities as well. So all sorts of different opportunities, both in and outside of your major. But we are a tier one institution, so a lot of that's ingrained into your program. With our classes, with our students, faculty, and then those internships that our students do, we do have a high retention rating for this year, and then also a successful career outcome rating. 90% last year was our retention rating, which we're pretty thrilled about despite COVID, and then a 93.4% successful career outcomes rating. Basically what that means is that those students were fully employed, attending graduate school, or serving in the military, but the biggest weight being full-time job employment. So really happy that students are going out there. A lot of folks coming back to California as well for their full-time job opportunities too. So they're not just staying in the Midwest, they're coming all over the place. To round out, we do have some pretty cool scholarships. We do offer in-state tuition for all 4 years. If you have a high ACT or SAT score, or if you're test optional, you have a high GPA, we'll award that to you. It's an $18,000 scholarship. Basically makes it so you're paying in-state tuition for all 4 years. And then we do have other scholarships that are below that if you're just a little bit below the mark. We also have specific California scholarships and other scholarships all up and down the coast. So reach out to me if you want to know a little bit about those. And then we have departmental scholarships too, based on your major. So make sure you have your app in by December 1st to qualify for the maximum amount of scholarships. Then at the end of the day, if you don't get in-state tuition your freshman year, you can get it your sophomore year by going through our 12 months residency process your freshman year. That's another very easy, straightforward process. We are open for business on campus. Come visit us. We also are still doing virtual tours and presentations, but we are getting students on campus to get an admissions presentation, to get a tour, to get lunch, see our dining halls. We even do individual academic appointments too. So if you want me to help you set that up, more than happy to do that. My contact information there, that's a picture of me. I've got a beard, so obviously I look a little bit different, but hey, that's my information. So text me, shoot me an email, anything I can do to make your life a little bit easier. More than happy to do that. So other than that, let's proceed to our other schools and go Tigers.
Thank you, University of Missouri. Up next, we have WashU in St. Louis.
Great, thank you so much, Jasmine. I'm excited to talk to you today a little bit about WashU. My name is John Fromm. I'm an admissions officer with Washington University in St. Louis, and we are a medium-sized Tier 1 research institution located in St. Louis, Missouri. The name kind of gives it away. And I love this photo. We are consistently ranked one of the most beautiful college campuses in the United States, and though I'm biased, I do have to agree there. Our students and our campus and our community is diverse, inclusive, collaborative, creative, passionate, and inquisitive. We have 5 undergraduate academic divisions. From the largest to smallest, those are going to be our arts and sciences, engineering, business, art, and architecture. Our campus represents all 50 US states, as well as the territories, and over 50 countries across the world. This geographic diversity brings with it forms of other diversity, and that is celebrated on our campus every day. Because we have so many unique students with their own interests and lived experiences, we want to make sure that we can treat them as the individuals that they are. And this way of thinking leads us to our unofficial motto of knowing each student by name and story. Our community is one that values open and respectful and honest discussions and dialogue. And we allow our students to feel comfortable in the uncomfortable, to discover more about themselves and their community in the process. Now, in the classroom, WashU is a place of discovery. When you apply, you would choose one of our 5 divisions I mentioned previously as your home base, but you have the breadth of the university available to you. You can take courses, you can major in, and have the resources of all of our divisions. Interdisciplinary study is a hallmark of WashU's academic community, and about 80% of our students will end up having more than one field of study by the time they graduate. We have both a multifaceted set of students and a flexible curriculum that allows this. There is also not a university-wide curriculum, so you have a lot of choices based on your individual majors, divisions, and programs. But you're not alone as you navigate all of this. You have a whole team of advisors, from your 4-year advisor to any major, minor, or pre-professional advisors, provide you with the resources to help you along your way to achieve your goals and reach your dreams. Additionally, our faculty members are incredibly approachable. For example, we have 11 faculty fellows who live full-time in the residence area alongside students. So they're with their families, their partners, their kids. It really helps break down any of those perceived barriers. Our students are pursuing things outside of classroom as well. Each of our majors has at least one study abroad program available. So if you would like to study abroad, you can absolutely do that regardless of what you're studying. As a Tier 1 research institution, all of our faculty members are doing research, and our Office of Undergraduate Research helps connect you with the resources to make your research dreams come true as well. You may also decide to start a business through our student entrepreneurial program, or get involved in the city of St. Louis with our Gephardt Institute for Civic and Community Engagement. Additionally, there are a ton of opportunities to get involved in any of our 450 plus student groups and organizations, and our student union has a $3.5 million budget for our student groups and their activities. From our Division III varsity athletics to our 15 a cappella groups, you're going to find something that aligns with your interests. Our students also come together in some of our traditions, like our semi-annual concert series Wild or 13 Carnival, or any of our variety of cultural shows that we put on every year, like Black Anthology or Diwali. I also want to briefly talk about our Career Services Center. The culture we have on campus is not pure coincidence. We're looking for students who are collaborative and want to solve big problems. And they use their education at WashU to leverage various perspectives into meaningful postgraduate work. About 96% of our students, we have a 96% placement rate into jobs and graduate study, and those Career Services Center provides you a ton of resources, one-on-one resume assistance. They host various career and internship fairs. They also just launched a new fully funded program for first-generation students with a lower income background to set you up with full-time internships in a postgraduate career following your time at WashU. Lastly, I want to talk about the city we call home. St. Louis is a medium-sized city that gives you the best of a big city in a small town. Beautiful parks and museums, passionate sports fans, an incredible food scene. And we're also made up of a mosaic of about 80 different neighborhoods with their own unique culture and personality, but they all have the kind Midwestern heart. If you add in being one of the fastest cities in the nation for startups, you get St. Louis. And we really want our students to get off campus and to engage with the city that we call home and they call home. So we provide free metro passes so students have access to the train system, the bus network, and they can get truly anywhere they want to in the city and easily get to the airport if they would like to explore beyond that. So that wraps up all I have to talk to you today about WashU. I appreciate hearing from, or you taking the time to hear from me today. I will also drop my information in the chat so that you can all reach out to me in an email later if you are interested. Thanks again.
Thank you, WashU. Up next, we have the University of Tampa.
Okay, hopefully you've got the right screen there. Let's be happy that I wasn't one of the first civilians to take a spaceship up, because clearly I'm technologically challenged today. My name is Stacy Fonseca, and I'm with the University of Tampa. I'm excited to share some info with you about UT. This past year, we had in our largest incoming freshman class. And I think one of the reasons for that is we were noted as one of the best college campuses in the state of Florida. In case you're not familiar with where we're located, Tampa, Florida is on the west coast of the state, right on the Gulf of Mexico, near popular Clearwater and St. Pete beaches. And we're about an hour and 15 minutes from Orlando, so just west. We're in a great location, but one of the reasons it's such a great location is because of its proximity to downtown Tampa. So we're right on the Hillsborough River, and when you cross it over that river, which is only a block, you're right in downtown. The reason that's so important is because of the internship opportunities. And you also have this gorgeous college campus, and right next door is downtown. So the opportunities that are available to you as a student are just fantastic. But those opportunities aren't just available to you when you're on our campus. Because our students come from all over the world, we have internship opportunities all over the world as well. We know you're going to go back home maybe in the summer or over winter break and want to have internships. So other reasons students come to UT is they want to be in a champion town, and they want to have internships with those champion teams. So I know everybody knows who won the Super Bowl and probably even the Stanley Cup. And so those are fun reasons to be in a winning town. These are lots of opportunities for our students, whether you're interested in athletic training or sport management, but also marketing and public relations. So we have internships with all of these major league teams, as well as the banking industry in the area, with the FBI, the CIA, TSA. So again, Tampa Bay is more than just the beautiful beaches, but the great opportunities that exist here in the area. I mentioned that our students come from all over the world. So we have about a third of our students from the state of Florida, a little under a third, but we have students from 140 different countries. And we're very proud of that geographic diversity. And we see that expanding each year. We were very fortunate this past year, even with COVID, to offer in-person classes. And so we hope to continue that even as this terrible pandemic continues, but we've been very fortunate. Now, as far as academics go, our average class size is right around 22 students. And you can see that 96% of our classes have less than 40 students. As a matter of fact, our largest classroom on campus only holds 56 students. So you know that you're not going to have any classes larger than 56, with the average student faculty ratio being 17 students. And I often hear people say you want to go to a medium-sized school because people will know your name, but it's much more than that. You want your professors to know what your goals are, what type of career path you hope to have. And I think being in that environment, you really have that opportunity. And also, you're not going to have teaching assistants or grad assistants teaching your classes. They're taught by professors with a PhD. So with over 200 different areas of study, you're sure to find something, but we have a unique program called the Baccalaureate Experience. And we know that so many first-year students really have no idea what they want to major in. They'll come to us undeclared, or they'll come to us with a major that may be influenced by family members. So rest assured that through the Baccalaureate Experience, we're going to look at what your interests are, your passions, maybe even hobbies, as well as what your skill sets are coming from high school. And from that, be able to better determine what career path might work well for you. And then through experiential learning and internships, really see if that career path fits you. And we have great facilities on our campus and nearby for you to really explore those areas, as well as study abroad programs. And we've got some great new things happening on our campus. We have amazing new facilities for the arts, new science facilities that were just built, and new science facilities that are being built as I speak. We have a great new recreation center. We have added to it, and then another new portion that will be built by the fall of 2022. And so we're really an exciting campus to be on. When I started at the University of Tampa 23 years ago, we had just 2,300 students, and we now have 10,000 students. So there's a lot of exciting growth on our campus. With that being said, our first application deadline is quickly approaching. It's November 15th, and you'll receive a decision about your application by December 20th. Our average applicant has a 3.49 GPA, and we do not require test scores. As a matter of fact, we're test blind, and that means that you don't need to submit test scores at all. We're really looking at the academic curriculum that you've taken in high school, so be sure to just focus on a strong academic background. Our total cost is right around $43,000, and 97% of our students will receive aid, and we do offer departmental scholarships. So you can apply to UT using either the Common App, the Coalition app, or the University of Tampa application. Freshman applicants only need official transcripts, an essay, and a recommendation. And again, just keep an eye on those application deadlines. If you are a transfer student, you would only need to submit college transcripts. So here's my contact information. Feel free to email me or call me on my cell or text. Look forward to hearing from you, and be sure to visit Tampa Bay.
Thank you, University of Tampa. Up next, we have Mississippi State University.
Hi, everyone. Hopefully I won't have any connection issues this time. So again, my name is Emily Pyron, and I'm with Mississippi State University. I'm the regional recruiter. So a few things about Mississippi State University. We are a part of the Southeastern Conference located in Starkville, Mississippi. We have 4,200 acres of land on campus and 22,000 students enrolled, and that's undergrad and graduate school. So we have the second least amount of students, but actually the most amount of acreage in the SEC, which is just a fun fact. So we like to say we have that big SEC feel, but in a small town environment. We were founded in 1878 as a land-grant institution as Mississippi A&M, and in 1958, we moved to Mississippi State University, which is what we're called now. So we have 8 different academic colleges and 180 majors and concentrations. So we like to say the possibilities are unlimited for students coming in. Any interest students have, we can pair it with a major and a concentration to help them succeed and be successful. Research is a really big thing at Mississippi State, and we pride ourselves in being in one of the top 100 research institutions in the nation. Our engineering program is really big, along with our vet school. We have one of the top vet schools in the country. We have a big business school. Elementary education is a big thing in our school. Any major you can, like I said, you can think of, we can pair that, that interest. We have a 16:1 faculty to student ratio, which we really pride ourselves in because it allows our students to get to know the professors. We also have a Shackles Honors College, which is for our high achieving students who achieve the high score on the ACT and the SAT. So student life is a big part of Mississippi State University. We have over 380 clubs on campus, and we really pride ourselves in this because we think it's more than just academics. It's also about experiencing the college experience and getting to get that community feel and make friends that'll last a lifetime. So that's really what we pride ourselves in, is being a family atmosphere. We have over 380 clubs, like I said, and I like to say there's 2 different sectors for the clubs. So there's one half that you can just apply to and get involved with, and you don't have to go through that interview process. You just sign up and join the club. And then we have a lot of clubs that go through the interview process. So like our alumni delegates, our road runners who gives tours on campus. Another big piece of Mississippi State is also Greek life, if you're interested in that. So a few things about applying to Mississippi State. So our application went live on August 1st, and you can apply through our website or the Common App. So a few more dates to keep in mind. And on October 1st, the financial aid application opens, and then also the general scholarship application goes live and the housing application. So that scholarship priority date will be December 1st. So students need to get in that scholarship application by December 1st for maximum consideration. And then in February, we have Academic Insight, which is for students who are planning to go to Mississippi State University, and they're able to come for a half a day and meet with potential professors, other classmates in their major, and it's just a good time to go ahead and make those connections. And then in March, we'll have our orientation registration, which is how you solidify that you're going to Mississippi State by signing up for that orientation. So tuition. So as you can see here, it lists our in-state tuition and non-resident tuition fees. So you all will be the non-resident tuition fees. And it's important to take note that room and board is also included because all freshmen are required to live on campus. And we think this is a really important thing because it allows freshmen to get to know each other in those dorms, and it puts you right directly on campus, which we think is a really important thing. Something also important to note is our non-resident military tuition waiver. So this is for dependents or active military or veterans. So it completely waives that non-resident tuition for that. So again, the freshman priority deadline is December 1st for scholarships. We offer a lot of different scholarships for non-resident students. So starting with the 22 on your ACT, on top of one another. We're not requiring test scores for fall of 22, but if you do have those test scores, that's what allows you to get a lot of the scholarships. So that's just important to keep in mind. So ways to visit campus. So we really think it's important for students to come to campus for on-campus visit days. That's when students fall in love with our campus. We have a really beautiful campus, and it's in a small town in Starkville, Mississippi, and you'll be able to get the feel for the historic Starkville area, the food that we have, and just everything that goes on in Starkville and on Mississippi State's campus. And also you can take advantage of the virtual tours if you're not able to come to campus. In the spring, and orientation will be in the summer of next year. So if you have any questions at all, you can contact us. And again, I will leave my information in the chat below. Thank you so much, and Hail State.
Thank you so much, Mississippi State. So that concludes the presentation portion of our session today. We're now going to transition to our Q&A portion. So I want to encourage all of our presenters to return. Feel free to turn on your camera. And I'm going to present a question to the group. We'll start with the first presenter and go around. The question is, what is one thing you want students to remember about your school?
So it's actually something I realized I hadn't even mentioned during my presentation. I was trying to get through so much stuff, it kind of went over my head, but we're actually #2 overall for internship placement, and we have a 90% success rate for recent graduates. So a lot of our students end up finding employment or getting into graduate school pretty soon after they're finished with their undergraduate degrees. And I feel like that's the whole, the whole point of pursuing a 4-year degree is to either find employment or get into graduate school. So we tend to be doing a pretty good job with students for that.
Nice. Let's go to University of Missouri.
Oh yeah, I would say for us, almost all of our programs are direct admit, not impacted either. So you're starting day one in your major. The only ones that are a little bit competitive, nursing, of course, anything with clinicals. But even with that, typically there's an advisor that works with the student from day one, and they'll apply after their sophomore year. But all of our other majors, business, engineering, those are all direct admit. So.
And then I guess we can head to WashU, and then finally University of Tampa, and then Mississippi State.
Great. I would say probably for us, it's going to be that the breadth of the university is available to all students, regardless of your division or your major. You can access all those resources. You can major across divisions. Anything you want to do is absolutely possible, and your advisors are going to work with you to make it work.
I guess my piece of advice would be just in the application process, be sure to be positive. It's your pitch statement.
I would say that, we pride ourselves in not focusing too much on the test scores. We believe that students can come into Mississippi State and they can find their niche, and it doesn't just have to do with those test scores or that GPA. And we believe that, our professors push our students and really care about our students, and the advisors really care, and students are able to be successful because of those things.
Nice. Thank you all for sharing. One additional question here, and again, we'll use the same order. What is one myth you'd like to debunk on the college admissions process?
So for me, a friend of mine, and I know Tommy here knows him as well, his name's Gary B. He works for the University of New Mexico. He likes to tell students we're in the Office of Admissions, not in the Office of Rejection. So I know a lot of students can sometimes be intimidated by us admissions professionals, but really we're here to be of a resource to you. So don't ever be shy or afraid to reach out. We're really here to help. So that's really my biggest piece of advice.
Yeah, I definitely want to agree 100% with what Kevin said. We're here to make your life a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit more easier as well. Aside from that, I know a lot of times students can be nervous about coming in as undecided. That's not an issue at all whatsoever. I did my undergraduate in business and then I did my master's in education, totally different switch. So yeah, if you're undecided, it's not a problem. Talk to your admissions rep, see what pathways and resources are available for you. But yeah, definitely don't be afraid to come in undecided.
Kevin and Tommy both took my top two things that I usually say for this, but I would say I always like to emphasize that you are more than just your grades, your test scores. You're not a number, you're a person, and it's our job to get to know you. So we want to really emphasize that your GPA is not going to make or break your college career. So please keep that in mind as you go through the process.
I would recommend, and I apologize, I thought this, I'm so confused tonight. I would recommend submitting a resume along with the application just to really enhance your application. Let us know what your accomplishments are. The more we can learn about you, the better.
To piggyback off some others, I think it's just, in admissions, we're not just about getting you into the school. It's not just, we're trying to get our numbers up. We want you in the school. It's about, we care about the student. We want the students to succeed and to be successful. And I think that that's the most important thing. And I think that most, admissions professionals can agree with the same thing. It's about the student and the student succeeding.
Thank you all. Great responses from the group. With that said, that concludes our virtual college fair for today. But I do have a few closing announcements. As you exit from this session, a survey will appear. It's approximately 5 questions, but please complete the survey. It's extremely useful for us. I also want to remind you that you can sign up for additional sessions by visiting our registration site. And then finally, you will have access to this recording. You can access the recording by visiting the website on your screen. I want to thank all of our amazing presenters for joining us, but also all of our attendees. I hope everyone has a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.